Okay, greetings, YouTube. This is chapter 4. Chapter 4, part 2. Chapter 4, part 2. Picking up right where we left off. As days went past, Tyrone's letters kept coming at my heart. I may have been writing him daily. His replies were 8 to 10 pages every 3 days. September 2003. My older sister Carolyn and I made plans to visit Tyrone and his cousin Lawrence. Carolyn had been added to Lawrence's visiting list because I didn't send her name and address in time. Tyrone could not change his list for another 6 months. Lawrence introduced himself to Carolyn in a letter, and we all looked forward to meeting each other. Before our visit, I got another letter where Tyrone asked me to bring him another bill. This time he asked for $100. As far as I was concerned, it was not that much love in the world, and if it was, I did not have it for Tyrone. He knew if we were caught, we would get into trouble. I wrote him straightway and got in his ass. He replied, "Baby, I got your words of evilness today. You know I am on fire. I cannot believe my loving, sweet, harmless wife of mine. Should I cry or should I die? Well, I will say, I am not afraid to cry for my baby, and if loving you will kill me, I'm ready to die, loving you." My letter is not going to be long because I got to get right on your ass. Christine, didn't I tell you that our love will always be? Small things will never play a major nothing in our lives, girl. I love you, sweetie. And you need to stop telling me about all of them negative websites, radio, TV, or whatever. I don't need Mr. Doubt inside me. I love my baby. Say, look, please don't forget that I need that bill. Big face, 100. If not, whatever you can bring me. I owe this fool. I am anxious to look my baby in her eyes and tell her that I forgive her for hurting my feelings. Please know you are not alone, sweetie. I am right here with you through thick and thin. And tell your sister to bring quarters for my cousin. He's going to be hungry. He still didn't get it. Carolyn and I went to the visit, and I got in my baby's ass again about asking me for money when we were supposed to be focusing on our marriage. I told him I thought he was foul and I was not giving him a dime. Moreover, to think my sister would bring quarters for this visit was absurd. He was lucky I did. The only reason Carolyn submitted to visiting Lawrence was to meet Tyrone. When I told him I didn't have the money to give even if I wanted to, he asked me to give him my bill money because he owed someone. He said if I gave him enough money, he could pay his debt and get on his feet. In spite of Tyrone's and my disagreement, Carolyn and I enjoyed laughing and talking with Tyrone and Lawrence. I paid to have 2 pictures taken of Tyrone, and he asked for one. I was like, What you gonna do with it? Send it to some pen pal or something? He told me no, but I took both my pictures home. Carolyn had her camcorder because this was an adventure for us. We had just left a maximum security prison and visiting men we hardly knew. "You really like him, don't you?" Carolyn looked at me and said. "Yeah, but I think he foul," was my reply. The icing on the cake was when I received the proxy papers. They were not notarized, thereby deemed null and void. No, I did not want to wait until he could resend them. Still yet, we wrote back and forth. Soon, Tyrone's 8 to 10 page letters turned into 1 to 2 at best. I lost my desire to write as well. I felt alone in our relationship. Tyrone constantly stated how much he loved me in one sentence, but asked me for things or to do this or that in another. I got a call from an inmate whom I do not know telling me I needed to send money or Tyrone would be harmed. The caller should be glad I did not hang up in his face. Days later, a young lady called me and said if I was afraid to take money into the prison, I could give it to her. I did not hang up in her face either. I was nice. I warned her she was asking for trouble. When Tyrone finally took no for an answer about the bill, he stated he needed more writing paper and envelopes. A flood had ruined all he had. I wouldn't help him with this request. I did call lawyers and file his case in federal court. I called and introduced myself to his granddaddy as he had requested. I tried to believe in him, but Mr. Doubt was staring me dead in the face. I could no longer continue being Tyrone's wife. I started using my own last name when I addressed my letters. He said I was trying to punish him for all the past hurts I had endured with other men and explain what it took to survive the way he seen it. All I could see in every letter was do this, do that, give me this, or give me that. Our letters became sporadic at best. I was missing my Tyrone and his 10-page letters even more. I missed the love and laughter we shared through pen and paper. All right, y'all, that's chapter 4. Yeah, I made it this far. How many chapters is it? Let me go ahead and tell y'all how many chapters this is we looking forward to, because I forget. And it's an epilogue. 26 chapters. Okay, but my head ain't hurting. I'm going to try to do another one. But right now, it's time to get something to eat. Smooches, y'all. Smooches.